Here in my hand is the legendary Nvidia H100 chip. The rise of AI today is thanks to the H100. With its huge technological leap in computing power, many times more powerful than the 4090. This one I have is a turbocharged 4090, priced at around 250,000 RMB, and nearly 2 million units have already been sold in the last 2 years. Big tech companies from China and around the world are buying it. Although the US has banned it, I still have one. Plus, Nvidia's new H200 is coming soon. We'll unbox one tomorrow, and it weighs 300 pounds. Follow me if you're interested. In this video, Su Di, the co-founder of the Beijing startup Kunlun Nest, publicly showed off the shipment numbers for the Nvidia H100 and H200 chips on Chinese social media on November 28, 2024. Basically, this Chinese CEO is openly bragging about smuggling Nvidia chips. He even admits to breaking US laws, but says his actions have made a huge contribution to the development of AI in China. Let's also check out another video Su Di posted on the same day. The Nvidia H200 graphics card is currently the most expensive mass-produced GPU on the market. This is just one of the 200 cards that are about to arrive. We just unboxed it this morning, and I'll show you the unboxing process in a bit. In the last video, a lot of viewers commented that what we're doing is illegal, and yes, we're breaking the law, but only US law. Trump would probably be really angry about this, right? The friend who helped me get these cards has been at it for 2 years now, and every time the amount is huge. He's already been blacklisted by the US twice. But I think he's made a contribution to China's AI development. Without people like him, where would these cards come from? How would we in China run large AI models? Right now, only China and the US have the biggest demand for this. Do you agree? Anyway, let's check out the unboxing video now. The DeepSeek issue, which has recently made headlines around the world, is drawing a lot of attention once again. On January 31st, Bloomberg reported that US officials, including those from the White House and FBI, are investigating whether DeepSeek bypassed US export controls to obtain Nvidia chips, and whether Singapore acted as a transit point for the restricted chips. This has raised widespread concerns about potential loopholes in export restrictions. Howard Lutnick, the U.S. Secretary of Commerce nominated by President Trump, spoke about the issue during a hearing. He said, "DeepSeek's models are powered by Nvidia chips they shouldn't have had. They found a way to bypass export controls, and this needs to stop." Alexander Wang, a Chinese-American billionaire, also publicly stated in an interview that DeepSeek used over 50,000 Nvidia H100 chips to develop their R1 model. However, due to violations of US export controls, they are unable to discuss the matter openly.
Labs, they have more H100s than people think.
And these are the highest powered Nvidia chips that they were not supposed to have.
Yes. My understanding is that DeepSeek has about 50,000 H100s, which they can't talk about, obviously, because it is against the export controls that the United States has put in place. And I think it is true that, I think they have more chips than other people expect, but also on a go-forward basis, they are going to be limited by the chip controls and the export controls that we have in place.
A blogger known as Kicked Institute openly said in a video that it's actually very possible to get a hold of Nvidia's newly banned chips for China. This is so exciting. The Nvidia H100 chip costs 300,000 RMB each, and we've managed to get our hands on 8 of them. The equipment we're unboxing today is worth over 2 million RMB, almost enough for a down payment on a house in Beijing. Holding this equipment, I can truly feel the value of the technology. Today's video is all about an unboxing. We've got a superpowered GPU server from Supermicro equipped with 8 H100 chips. The model is SYS-821GE-TNHR. That's the one right here in front of us. This type of equipment is incredibly popular overseas, but for obvious reasons, it isn't available for purchase in China. So, calling it a rare item is pretty accurate. After all, this is one of the most popular and scarce GPU servers in the AI world right now. Servers like this, which really show the power of computing, aren't bought just one at a time. They're bought in bulk whenever there's demand. And as you can imagine, the cost is pretty high. On July 2nd last year, the Wall Street Journal published an article titled, "Inside the Underground Network Smuggling Nvidia Chips into China." The article stated, at least 70 distributors are openly advertising Nvidia chips online. The journal directly contacted 25 of them, and after verification, many sellers said they supply dozens of high-end Nvidia chips each month. The underground supply of these chips is surprisingly stable, with most sellers taking orders and promising delivery within a few weeks. Some even sell entire servers, each usually equipped with 8 high-end Nvidia chips priced at around $300,000. As of today in mainland China, if people want to buy high-end Nvidia chips, all they need to do is search for keywords like H100, and ads from sellers will pop up right away. Let's take a look at these videos. I have a friend who works at a listed company, and he said he needed to buy a few Nvidia H100 chips because they were hard to find on the market. So I decided to help him out, and it only took me 2 days to get them. This experience really opened my eyes. There are actually plenty of Nvidia chips available in the market, but they're being released in batches, so the key to buying Nvidia products is finding the right channels. The products are in stock, ready for on-site testing, available for rent or purchase, and are 100% genuine. The company has its own infrastructure for cluster building. We offer products like the H100, A800, and A100 focusing on authenticity, trustworthiness, and great value for money. On the popular Chinese social media platform Xiaohongshu, if you search for H100, you'll quickly find posts selling Nvidia products. One comment said, "If you order an H100 in the US, you can get it for around $20,000. Isn't this basically stealing?" The seller replied, "If you don't buy it, there are plenty of others who want to." So, how are Nvidia chips transported to mainland China? There are a few main methods. First, exploiting loopholes. There are some gaps in the US export controls. For example, some Chinese companies take advantage of US exemption clauses or find other ways to bypass the restrictions. For instance, Nvidia doesn't sell chips directly to AI customers worldwide. Instead, they sell the chips to large companies like Dell Technologies and Supermicrocomputer. These companies then build complete AI servers or AI systems and deliver them to customers. Voice of America once interviewed Chinese political commentator Wang Hainan, who explained that the Chinese government is using these loopholes and leveraging the power of the entire country to secretly import Nvidia chips. Once these big companies buy Nvidia chips, they usually use them themselves to turn them into AI servers for customers. The key issue here is that the chips leak out from this supply chain. After being purchased by a lot of customers, they end up in the black market. This creates a situation where smugglers get involved. Some of these companies may even have Chinese agents, people sympathetic to the Chinese government, or those willing to sell out their conscience for profit. So the entire supply chain is long and complicated. When the profit from smuggling is high, many people are willing to do whatever it takes. In short, it's a form of smuggling driven by state power, where the process is broken down into smaller parts and spread out widely. Some Chinese companies even register in places like Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, and India, allowing them to purchase chips under the local name. There's also a phenomenon of companies buying up all the available chips in the market, using guerrilla tactics to get them into China. These chips end up in research institutes, universities, or military-related factories and dual-use enterprises. The Wall Street Journal interviewed a chip broker in Singapore who connected with chip distribution channels and system integrators in Southeast Asia. His clients include AI companies, research institutions, and chip resellers. The broker explained that once an order is placed, he arranges logistics and ensures the product is delivered to its destination. He also helps prepare the customer's paperwork and coordinates with the shipping company. Some sellers use incomplete customs documents to avoid drawing attention from government authorities. For example, a seller in Shenzhen, China received 20 Nvidia GPUs from Singapore in 1 month and another 40 from a Taiwanese exporter, but neither shipment included the chip model details. Second, using smuggling. Due to their small size and high value, chips are easy to smuggle into China through various channels. Some individuals or organizations take advantage of personal connections or illegal routes to bring chips into the country. The Wall Street Journal investigation mentioned a 26-year-old student studying in Singapore who was hired by a middleman to smuggle 6 Nvidia AI accelerators into China. The student charged $100 in shipping fees per accelerator and had no awareness of any criminal activity. He told the Wall Street Journal, "I'm happy to work for my country and make money. Why not do it?" In China, social media is often flooded with posts recruiting patriotic couriers for smuggling AI semiconductors. The posts sometimes say things like, "Smuggling is illegal, but it's for the good of the country," or "It's not like smuggling drugs, so you can confirm the goods directly." For each trip, couriers can earn anywhere from RMB 52,700 to 105,400 for smuggling around 5 kilograms of goods. The package smuggling works because even if customs discovers the goods, they may not recognize them as items restricted for export to China. In other words, even if customs in the departure country question the shipment, untrained officers may easily let it pass. The Chinese government also seems to turn a blind eye to this type of semiconductor smuggling. Third, use physical stores to sell publicly. In China, many chip distributors have physical stores, particularly in major AI research hubs like Shenzhen and Beijing. For example, in Shenzhen's Huaqiangbei Electronic Business District, often referred to as China's Silicon Valley, these stores are common. From here, they distribute AI semiconductors across the country. However, the prices are often much higher than buying through normal channels. For instance, an A100 chip that costs around $10,000 can be sold for over $20,000, while the H100 priced at around $25,000 can go for anywhere between $30,000 and $40,000. Although the US has imposed export bans on AI chips, some distributors still take risks and have managed to stockpile H100 chips through special channels. For instance, in Shenzhen's Huaqiangbei electronics market, there's still a significant amount of H100 transactions, though they've all moved underground. The chips are often brought into mainland China through procurement agreements or shell companies set up overseas. In China, some universities, research institutions, and companies can get Nvidia AI chips through special dealer channels, although the supply is quite limited. This has led to many scalpers flipping the chips for profit. For example, a server with 8 H100 chips was once priced at over 3 million RMB domestically, over USD 420,000, nearly 40% higher than the official price of 280,000. After factoring in logistics and other costs, middlemen can make a profit of over 10%. Fourth, purchasing used or older chips. In addition to new H100 chips, Chinese companies are also fulfilling their AI chip needs by buying secondhand or outdated chips. While these chips may not offer the same performance as the latest models, they can still be useful for certain applications. That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please remember to like, subscribe, leave a comment, or share it with your friends. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.